Welcome back, everyone, to version 4 of my 2014 NFL mock draft. This video is for picks 11 through 20. There's already videos up for picks 1 through 10 and 21 through 32, so be sure to check those out. We start at pick 11 with the Tennessee Titans. They're moving to a hybrid 3-4, 4-3 defense under Ray Horton. They can get a guy here in Anthony Barr, the outside linebacker from UCLA, that I think is an excellent scheme fit. He's athletic enough to drop into coverage, and he's a good enough pass rusher to bend around the edge and put pressure on the quarterbacks there in the AFC South. Anthony Barr, pick 11 to the Titans. Pick 12, the Giants. Look, the Giants addressed a lot of needs in free agency. I still think they have a need in the interior of the defensive line. Remember, Linval Joseph gets away via free agency, and so does Justin Tuck. So I think that if they add Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh, would be the wisest choice here. This is a guy who's the best defensive tackle in my mind in this draft. And to go along with the fact he absolutely dominated college football last year, is a plug-and-play guy that I think will be productive from day one. Aaron Donald to the Giants at pick 12. Pick 13, the Rams, and this is the Rams' second pick of the first round. I had them going offensive tackle at pick number 2 in the form of Greg Robinson. Pick 13, I think they address a big need on the defensive side of the ball, the safety position in particular, and take Clinton-Dix, the safety from Alabama. Look, the Rams have big needs at corner and at safety. I think Clinton-Dix is the best corner or safety available at this point in the draft. He's a guy who can be an impact player from day one, a guy who has excellent cover skills. And in this day and age in the NFL, you're asking the safety to cover a lot more. I think he can be a real asset to the Rams at pick 13. Pick 14 belongs to the Bears. And the Bears did a lot to solidify that defensive line at the end positions, okay? They got 3 good defensive ends. They got Lamar Houston, Jared Allen, and Willie Young. I think they address the interior of the defensive line with this first pick and take their 3-technique tackle, Timmy Jernigan, the defensive tackle from Florida State. This guy is a mountain of a man. Showed flashes of a guy that at times looked like a top 5 to 7 player in the country last year. I think he'll be complemented well by the talent around him on that defensive line. Good scheme fit. Timmy Jernigan, the defensive tackle from Florida State. Pick 15 belongs to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers need help in the secondary as well. Darqueze Dennard, the cornerback from Michigan State, I think from a scheme fit, from an attitude, and from a play on the field perspective, one of the best fits, okay, of any player to a team thus far in my mock draft. And Dennard's an in-your-face corner. I think will fit well in that Dick LeBeau defense. He'll inject some youth into that secondary, and I think really be a really big impact player and a big determining factor as to if the Steelers are able to turn around that secondary. Love the fit, love the player, love the attitude. Darqueze Dennard, Michigan State to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pick 16, the Dallas Cowboys. Look, the Cowboys need a pass rusher. Most notably, they need a defensive end pass rusher. And the best one available here is Kony Ealy, the defensive end from Missouri. They're going to stick with the Tampa 2 defense under Monty Kiffin. And this is a guy, Kony Ealy, who is in that, Simeon Rice type mold as a pass rusher. I know he's not as good as Simeon Rice right now, but in that kind of mold. A bigger guy, deceptively fast, off the edge, and a guy I think can be a mainstay on that Dallas defensive line and really be one of the pass rushers that they need to add here in this draft. Kony Ealy, the defensive end from Missouri to the Cowboys. Pick 17 belongs to the Ravens. And look, the Ravens are famous for picking the best player available. It served them well throughout the years. They're the best player available in my eyes. Fits a need for them in this case. Taylor Lewan, the offensive tackle from Michigan, falls nicely to the Ravens here. He can give them a tackle to start opposite Eugene Monroe, who they gave big money to this offseason. Michael Orr, a free agent. He's going to leave, but he's not going to be re-signed, presumably. You bring in Lewan, put him at right tackle. I think he can adapt to playing right tackle, even though he played his career at Michigan at the left tackle spot. Lewan, the best player available, solidifies the offensive line for the Ravens at pick 17. Pick 18 belongs to the Jets. The Jets have added, some playmakers offensively in the form of Eric Decker, Jacoby Ford, guys like that. They re-signed Jeff Cumberland, the tight end, but I don't think that precludes them from taking Eric Ebron, the tight end from North Carolina here, more of a pass-catching tight end, more of a playmaker. I know sometimes, we say tight end, you think of a guy who's maybe not an electric playmaker. But in this day and age in the NFL, with the Vernon Davises of the world, the Jimmy Grahams of the world, Ebron's in that mold. And to get a guy to fall to you to pick 18 here, too much to pass up for the Jets at a serious area of need. Eric Ebron to the Jets at pick 18. Pick 19, Miami Dolphins. Look, the Dolphins still need to solidify that offensive line. They did bring in Brandon Albert via free agency. Zack Martin, the guard tackle from Notre Dame. Again, one of the best players available, fills a serious area of need for the Dolphins. I like the flexibility Martin can give them. He can plug and play at guard. He can plug and play at that right tackle spot opposite Albert. I think he gives them much needed depth, a guy that can play right away. And look, they just need quality players on an offensive line that did let up 58 sacks last season. Zack Martin, pick number 19. Pick 20, the Arizona Cardinals. And look, a lot of people have the Cardinals taking a quarterback in this spot. I think they have more pressing needs than to waste a first-round pick on a quarterback. I think they take edge pass rusher Dee Ford from Auburn here in this spot. He's really the last of the top flight pass rushers in my mind left in this draft at this point. I think they jump on him. He's the guy who can learn under a guy like a John Abraham. Remember, John Abraham has the most sacks of any active player in the NFL. He had 10 last year. You get Dee Ford in there, a nice compliment, of course, to John Abraham and Calais Campbell rushing the passer, but he can also learn under a guy like Abraham as he's on his way out. Yep. Dee Ford, the outside linebacker from Auburn, pick 20 to the Cardinals. Guys, that's picks 11 through 20. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter as well. Be sure to subscribe, guys. It's completely free. This is only a one-round mock draft, but about the week before the draft, I'm going to be doing a 7-round mock draft. So be sure to subscribe for that and all the other NFL content I'm putting out here on my channel. Thanks, as always, for listening, and have a great night.